So I was going through my Facebook feed and this popped up. And the second I read this, I said, this is gayer than sex with men. Like you got gay sex, then you got implicit white identity, then you got much of the alt-right, then you got Greg Johnson, and then you have this. This is gayer than standard fuck party. I don't even know what to say to something like this. This is how cucked the Scandinavians are. This is what the super Aryan Nordic gods are like. They're just the biggest pussies humanity has ever seen. So this is after Brevik. We'll get to in a second. I just want to read this because just get your cringe muffs on. Our best weapon in fighting extremism is humanity. The ruling in the Brevik case shows that we acknowledge the humanity of extremists too. So what happened is Brevik, for those of you who don't know, Brevik committed a terrorist attack in Norway, and he shot a whole bunch of people. And yeah, so he shot a whole bunch of kids, really young people, not legal adults, at a socialist party youth camp, and he also blew up a bomb. So he killed, I think it was like 50 people or something. He killed a shit ton of people. And rather than do what any sane society should do and execute him immediately when they caught him, the Norwegians decided to do what Norwegians did, and they sent him to prison. I think only for like 25 years or something. They had to ram through a law to prevent him from getting out of jail. And because they're such pussies, he probably won't have to serve it. Now, although a lot of people are going to go, Argent, don't you support Brevik? No, he's a psychotic mass murderer. He's a sociopath. Why would I support a guy who went and killed a bunch of dumb kids who were brainwashed? If he had have gone and like shot a rape gang, like if he had have gone and shot the people who did Rotherham, then I'd be cheering him on. But much like Dylan Roof, why would I support them just killing random innocent people? It's just not the way I am. Plus, it makes the rest of us look really bad. But, so what Brevik did, and I got to admire him, he is a super troll. This is probably like the best example of trolling I've ever seen in my life. He basically, he had a PS2 in his cell, and we'll get into conditions in Norway, but in a second. But he has a fucking PS2 in his cell, and he sued the government that making him play PS2 games is a crime against his human rights, is a torture device. So he sued the government to get a PS4, and he won. What kind of... I don't even have a PS4. I have a 360. We'll get into this in a second, but prisoners in Norway live better than like 90% of the population. Well, maybe like 70-80% of the population in Canada does. Probably like 80 to 90% of the population in America. And better than 99% of college students. They basically live the life of a professional NEET. So if you want to become a professional NEET, the way to apply is to go to Norway and kill people. And then you basically get set for life. So let's just go through this article. There's a bunch of articles we're going to go through. Let's just go. We never thought we would say this about the Old Black Council, but a decision has been made that involves Sony's 15-plus-year-old console, stating it's a torture device. Anders Brevik, who killed 77, well, that's higher than I remembered, sued the Norwegian state saying they had hurt his human rights by only giving him a PS2 in his cell despite two newer consoles, the PS3 and PS4, existing. He believes he was treated like an animal. The microwave heated food was low quality, the coffee was cold, plus he had to use plastic dining tools. Oh no! The Norwegian court ruled the state must pay Brevik 330,000 Norwegian krones. That is 52,000 Canadian dollars, which is more than what I make in a year. Or, let me see, what is that in USD? Don't worry, I'm a professional. That is 38,000 American dollars. As the ban on inhuman and degrading treatment is an essential merit in a democratic society, even if it's about terrorists or killers. The ruling against Brevik too, despite him saying that the state denied him of having a private life, he wasn't able to prove that his health suffered while being in prison. If he's got awful games to play, then we would somehow understand his problem, but we don't know what his game library is. So what this guy does, and this is the way his life is you wake up every day, you get to play video games, you get your own exercise equipment, they have a kitchen, he's allowed to make his own food. That is what life is like there. So let's see here. Let me see. I'm trying to find where it shows. I had that tab open. There was a picture I had of what his prison looks like. Let me just see here. Oh, right. It was just in the search. Okay, so this is what Brevik's room looks like. So there's actually 2 TV screens. There's one there. There's one on his bed, so he can lay in bed while watching TV. He has his own bathroom. Let's see. What else does he have? He has his own workout room. Let me see. Where's his workout room? There's a picture of that I was able to find. That is the common room in the prison. Look at that. That is nice. There's a beautiful view of the forest outside. There's a dartboard. Here's the rest of Brevik's room. Look at that. It's huge. He has his own mini fridge. He has 2 flat screen TVs. He has his own door. He has his own bathroom. Let me see. Where was there? There's a picture of his workout room somewhere around here. 1 second. There's a picture of what another prison room looks like. You got a couch, you got a bed, you got a huge amount of space, you got your own desk. It is better than the way I used to live in university. It's much nicer than how I used to live in university. I mean, you get to live out in the middle of a nice island in like scenic Norway, surrounded by stuff. So let's just read this article. 2 Norwegian prisons once described it as a prison utopia. So 2 Norwegian institutions vie for the title of world's nicest or most humane prison. Inmates on the prison island south of Oslo are free to walk around in a village-style setting tending to farm animals. They ski, cook, play tennis, play cards, they have their own beach, and even run the ferry taking people to and from the island. And in the afternoon, when most prison staff go home, virtually no guards are left to watch the prisoners. We have something we call the Normality Principle in the Norwegian correctional system. Daily prison life should not be any different from normal life. No, it's nicer than normal life. I mean, think about it. You get to get up in the morning. You get to go have a nice breakfast. I think I have a picture of a breakfast. Okay, this is what food in some of the Norwegian prisons looks like. I think. Yeah, something like that. They feed them like vegan food. You get to go eat like good food. You can play video games. You get to go out to a farm and like hang out and play with animals. I like animals. It would be fun to take care of farm animals. They have their own beach. You can go and hang out on the beach. You can go take some books, sit on the beach and chill while you read. You can go skiing. You got a tennis court. That sounds like a staycation. That sounds like an awesome weekend. That sounds what Dark Side Phil's life is like. There's steel cutlery in the kitchen. There's a music studio with guitars, keyboards, drums, and a mixing deck. So this is much nicer than how most people live. And these people won't have to pay for it. They live a better lifestyle than probably the northern countries are pretty nice, than 70% of the population. So if you want to be a professional NEET, if you don't want to have to work a job for a living, you can go to Norway, commit a crime, and you become a professional NEET. Inmates often begin serving their sentence. Let's see here, lower security. Okay, so here's some stuff for Breivik's world. Three cells, one for sleeping, one for studying, one for exercising, plus daily access to exercise yard. He can play video games, watch TV. He has his own cable. You get to watch TV, you can play video games, you get newspapers. You can have a computer without internet access. I mean, maybe they'll like download Steam games onto your computer. Given that this is a Norwegian prison, they probably buy you the latest PC games. He can have phone conversation, like he can have phone sex with a female friend. Lawyers, a priest, health professionals, they have their own church. He has declined to play chess with volunteers, built a gingerbread house as part of a prison competition. I mean, think about it. That like I said, you get up, you go to breakfast. I'm religious, so I'd probably go to morning mass. Play some video games, go see the farm animals. Maybe hang out with some of the guys. Oh no, he's in solitary. Maybe go hang out with some of the guys. Go sit on the beach in the afternoon, read some books, come home, play some video games, get a nice meal, and go to bed. Like I said, sounds like a staycation, and that's what their daily life is. A person should have restriction of liberty, but nothing more. Let's see here. They are allowed to vote. Sentences are kept very short, no more than 8 months long, and 90% of sentences are less than a year. That sounds great. Let's see here. Norway's recidivism rate is one of the lowest in the world. By contrast, in the UK, it's about 45%, while in the US, more than 76% of prisoners are rearrested within 5 years. That really doesn't have as much to do with the actual system as it has to do with the people in jail. Nordic peoples are the most placid on Earth, with the exception of maybe like the Japanese or South Koreans. They just aren't a particularly violent people. Most Northern Europeans, if they go to jail, tend to do it not because of innate criminality, but because of circumstances. So yeah, they aren't going to recidivate. The people who recidivate in UK are muzzies, and in America, they're dindus. So he's not allowed to receive sympathizers. He's handcuffed. He can't send letters. Nearly 35% are from other countries. Yeah, you think? Okay, court rules that Brevik has to get a PS4. He went on a hunger strike to get a PS4. They also had to pay his court costs. So he made off of this lawsuit about twice what I make in a year. He had a right to a private life. Forced separation of other prisoners. So yeah, this is what it's like. 21-year sentence. He probably won't be allowed out of. They'll probably release him from jail because these people are pussies. Let's see here. Roughly $1 million on paintings, photography, and light installations. Brings a touch of humor to a rather controlled space. Officials hope the art, along with creative outlets like drawing classes and wood workshops, will give inmates a sense of being taken seriously. Looks way nicer than my place. This is what the common room looks like. Once again, way nicer than my one in university. That was filthy. They get their own gym. They get their own recording studio. This is the prison yard. Wow. That looks nicer than most parks. Holy shit. I've seen the one at Kingston Penn. It's just like concrete. Turnkeys. Wow. Motivate them so their senses are meaningful. Look at that. That is dentist. Dentistry isn't provided for in Canada. A lot of middle class people go bankrupt having to pay for dental costs, but these assholes, they get it paid for. Village people. Let's see here. Work areas and activity centers across the prison grounds. In this kitchen laboratory, inmates learn the basics of nutrition and cooking. On a recent afternoon, homemade orange sorbet and slices of tropical fruit lined the table. Okay. So this is what it's like in the Nordic countries. This is why we're losing to just the forces that seek to destroy us, because this is how fundamentally weak and pussified these people are. This is, I think, an example of cucketry. You treat people who damage society better than law-abiding people. As I said, I can't make this clear enough. This is better how like 90% of people live. This is better than probably how I will live when I move out of home and get my own tiny apartment. I'll be struggling to make ends meet in Toronto, and these people will have no concerns. Why I would probably commit a crime to go back to jail. I mean, look at this. They got this like state of the art workout room. I mean, this is what it's like. They get vegan food. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you guys later.